welcome back to Creating Anarchy, everybody. It's your girl Broja and China, and today we are talking about the most notorious serial killers.
Serial killers. Wait, okay,
Yes.
so I want to ask you. I think this is a very notorious question that people end up asking. Do you think that they're born or do you think that they are made?
So before I would have said, I think that they just go through something that makes them turn, I don't want to use the word crazy, but turn fucking crazy and start killing people. But after watching the Dahmer series, I think that it does have something to do with things that happen while you're in the womb. Like his mom was like fucking, she was fucked up
Yeah.
mentally, and she was taking a lot of drugs that the father wasn't approving of. And, turns out, look what happened to your son. And not saying that made it happen, but damn, like he could have very much been born into that mentally. Like there could have been things messed up here that made him that way, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way because it's like if things can happen to you while you're in the womb that alter your life after the fact, why wouldn't it mess with the way your brain is wired to begin with?
Yeah.
But I think that I think it's both ways. You can be born that way because I know that in some instances people even say they they saw the signs before they were even old enough to even have in a sense of personality.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Mr. Wise 28 in the comments. Oh no, sorry, he dropped some black hearts. I can't pronounce this. Ombig's Chief Buck said, but the dad had the same urges as Jeff, and he did. His was just more like contained in a way. Like I don't think he wanted to do that stuff to people, but he enjoyed the whole like cutting the animals open and picking up roadkill and shit. He showed him that. So, at the same time, while the mother could have very much messed up the way his brain was chemically balanced, his father could have gave him this like, wow, that was exhilarating from picking up fucking
Yeah.
roadkill and cutting it open,
Yeah,
So
I mean, I don't know who to introduce that to a child to begin with.
yeah.
Especially, I mean, if your child has signs of kind of being a loner or dissociated with society and things like that, those are kind of red flags where you have to kind of tiptoe around certain activities, certain topics, certain things that you expose these children to, especially when they're going through so much trauma, as if their
And
parent,
I think his dad, I think he meant well. I think that's what he was trying to do. He's like, all right, this boy is a little fucked up and lonely. Let me bond with him. And then fucking, could have fucking, I hate to blame his dad because I really did feel sorry for his dad in the show. But you low-key could have created a serial killer from that shit, dog. It was crazy.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, there's I don't know if you saw in the episode is it the psychiatrist, right? Says to him that a lot of men actually do have a disorder where they like organs, and it's because it's hot and warm and wet, and men are hardwired to like those type of things. And I forget, there's a word for it that people
are you talking about the tapes, or are you talking about the show, the series?
No, I'm talking about the series. I don't know if it actually happened in real life, but I'm saying there is an actual it's an actual thing for people to be turned on by organs, by body parts.
For sure, bitch, that was him.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
I don't know. Maybe it's a mix. Maybe he had his dad's genetics, and his mom was just fucking gave him no hope. I mean,
they both doomed him.
Yeah, for sure.
It's fucking sad, and unintentionally, his mom was just fucked up and felt like she needed the pills, and his dad was trying to fix what was broken and maybe broke him a little more.
Yeah, I mean, his dad was there for him.
He tried
throughout the whole
he did
thing.
His best.
No, I mean, even after the fact he didn't disown him.
Oh, for sure.
So that's hard.
Yeah.
You know, if you've got a kid and that happens, like, what do you do next? Like, you
What would
know?
you do? Let me ask you, what would you do? Would you still sit there and be like, go and visit and it's okay? I love you still. Like, would you still be there for your kid? In the comments, I want you guys to tell me what you would do in the shoes of Jeffrey Dahmer's parents. Let
Yeah.
me know.
I
And I'm
mean,
asking you as well, what would you do?
one thing I teach my kids is taking accountability for your actions. So, I mean, like, if that should happen, I'm the mom at the end of the day. And I know it sounds horrible. I mean, I'm not that I agree, and not that I would baby my kid or cradle them. I think things would definitely change after that, but I'm not going to leave my kid in a jail cell to rot and have like completely cut them
Alone.
off, you know. And
I feel that.
I'm sure his dad felt some type of blame because of the relationship he had with his mom, the drugs, the whole thing of
Leaving.
leaving, the
Mhm.
hobby that he put him up on. I mean, as a parent, it kind of makes you feel like, what did I do to cause this?
No, for sure. Um, Someone asked in the comments, let me go see who that was. Uh, Flyings 2022 said, have you guys heard of the Night Walker? Have you heard of the Night Walker?
I think I have. I mean, I haven't. I don't know too much about it, so I can't really say. I've heard it, but I don't know about it. Have you?
No, I didn't. So, if you're still here, I'd like you to come in the comments and just give us a little briefing on it. I'd like to know. I know about a few serial killers, but I'm always interested to learn more.
Yes.
Louis, I don't like saying people's name wrong. Louis said his parents had everything to do with it. You're probably right. Equally,
Mm-hmm.
I agree. Because,
Um,
his first murder, he was 18. You're still so young at 18. And I know we felt grown at 18, but we were still babies. And you left this boy home alone and gave him that opportunity to be able to bring this guy back and act on this, I guess, desire that he had in his head. I think he may have killed him by accident. I'm not sure, whatever. But regardless, you gave him the opportunity to be able to bring him home to act on what he wanted to act on and take someone's life. You handed that over to him by leaving him alone like that. When he needed his people clearly, like it was very clear.
and they went how long without even checking up on him? Um,
Exactly. The dad didn't even know the mom left for a
for months. I mean,
long time.
for me, if you know that your child is a loner, I think that should give you more of a like a want to be around, like to be on top of them, to make sure these things.
Yeah.
I mean, given maybe back then it was a different world. I mean, now with all things that go on with kids and all these things that are just mental, it's like be there for your children. Because
Yeah.
definitely, he went 9 years without killing again after that. You get what I'm
And
saying?
um, back in those days, I think that parents weren't as mentally present as
Mm-mm.
we are today. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh, for sure. It was, this is my
they,
job to raise you as a parent. Like, I mean, that's to like put a roof over your head and feed you, and that's it.
we don't have to sit and talk
Um,
about things and none of that. So
FG
they
Moose
did
said
play a
I
part a
would.
little bit.
Oh yeah, I definitely think so. FG Moose said I would have told him, boy, you going to jail for. If I would send my like for sure. Like if I know my kid's doing some shit like that, I love you, but your ass is going to jail. Like
You're definitely going to jail, but like
yeah,
you're still going to visit, right? Like,
yeah, I'm gonna write you, but you going to fucking jail. Like
oh,
what
just
the
just
fuck?
right, no visiting, like,
Well, I mean that I'm gonna visit them, but I'm just saying like I'm still gonna be here, but you're not fucking. I'm just not gonna let you walk around and continue doing this shit.
yeah, no, it would devastate me. What if you found out that your child was murdering people and they weren't caught? Would you snitch? Would you go tell the police like this nigga got a body in his house?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
If my kid, okay, if my kid accidentally kill somebody, I mean, that's a different story. I don't know how I would take that. But if they're murdering people and hiding bodies, or it's like a thing for them, for sure. Like you're going to jail, buddy. Like I'm
Yeah.
like I'll hold you down and they're taking you because I'm not gonna allow you to kill other people's kids. Like got me fucked up.
No, for sure.
Nasrana Holly said, "Fuck the police." I guess he plans on taking his jit out by himself. Like, what are you gonna do?
Someone asked, "What are we drinking?" We are drinking. What are you drinking?
Tequila.
Okay, yeah, same. Like always. True. A lot of women were housewives. Exactly. Love X3 said, "I'm baffled how dumb the cops were with Dahmer." Let's talk about that. Cause what?
He had bodies in bags.
For one,
And
but the time that his neighbor told the police, like, this is a baby, this is a child, and he just ran out of here half naked. He's clearly incompetent. Like, hello. And they're just like, oh, let's walk him back upstairs. Like, I know for sure, and granted, we just saw the show, but I know for sure. Matter of fact, no, I've seen the picture of the real life boy. That looks like a child.
yeah, but you know what it was? It's. I mean, even today, it's hard for police to believe that men can be sexually abused, raped, or any of these things that make them vulnerable. So that's what that is. White privilege is why the police treated him the way they did.
I was about to say that.
Yeah,
100%.
for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Oh, they love X3 said, "My neighbor told me her kid tries to choke the cat and shit, and she's like a hard ass, and she has like a hard ass life." I'd be like, damn. So I need to know how old this kid is, because that's sign one.
Choke the cat. Yeah, like
animals. You know, when you're like, yes, exactly. When you killing animals and shit and finding pleasure in that, like, you got a fan in these comments, girl.
I see that. Okay.
You better acknowledge them, because they love you. Oh shit. Louis Vizu said, "I bet most of those cops are racist and didn't care about what the neighbor said. Plus, back then everyone was homophobic. Yeah. That's true too. But I don't know. I feel like I still would, as a cop, like, I feel like I would have been like, okay, well, let's get to the bottom of this. I feel like it's your job too. Like, where's the ID? If there's no ID, I'm gonna have to, like, let's get this kid home, or let's take this kid to the hospital. He looks a little out of it. Like, you could be beating your bitch up and she's out of it, and the cops are like, oh, I mean, you say to the cops, oh, she's just sick, I'm taking care of her, and then you go upstairs and kill her like you did. Like, I feel like you should always investigate something that's not all the way right, and when you can't hear word of mouth from both people. Like, that kid couldn't talk. How dare you just send him back upstairs with that man? Like,
yeah.
I hope them cops couldn't fucking sleep at night.
I mean, after the fight, probably no, but you know, they got suspended and then they got brought back on. Like, to the floor.
Oh yeah. I remember that. I saw that. I want to tap so deep into Dahmer, but I don't want to just make this all about Dahmer. It's just like the most recent serial killer stuff that I've been, watching. But it's funny too, because a lot of people didn't know about Dahmer until this show came out. I saw, and that is crazy to me too. He was very notorious.
I didn't know that was even like a thing that people didn't know about him, because he ate fucking people. Like, that is, that like alone puts him like aside from other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, from other serial killers, is he not only ate them, but he sat on the, like, he fucking mutated the bodies. He sat with them. He had, sexual desires with these bodies that were dead after the fact. So
people were like getting away from him too. That's wild. Like, imagine hearing all these people got killed by this man, and you were the one that got away. I watched one of his survivors trials, and you can tell that man was like damaged.
Yeah. When I was watching this series, the person I was watching it with, I was like, oh my God, like, imagine how this man feels. He just got away from, like, I was like, my heart felt heavy, and they were like, what is wrong? Like, what's going on? What's wrong? And I'm like, imagine fucking, like, knowing that not only did you escape somebody trying to kill you, that this person killed 17 people before you, and you got away.
You were next, yeah. And okay, so a part, and this is something that was not touched on in the series, a part of his story, Dahmer, so he says, right, because we're like, oh, were they made or born? He says Dahmer was chanting things. This is what he said during his trial. He was saying Dahmer was chanting things and rocking back and forth. he said he made him watch The Exorcist, which I think happened in the show. And he walked him to the bathroom a couple times because he kept trying to, you know, plot how to, you know, escape. So he kept saying he had to use the bathroom. And he walked him a couple times and kept him handcuffed, I believe. And then, like, one of the times he said Dahmer's facial structure changed completely. And
he used to wear like eye contacts, and if you look at
yeah,
the photos,
but no,
even the photos of him were different.
He would exactly, all his pictures look like a different person, but he wasn't saying like, oh, like this guy didn't look how he did when he picked me up type shit. Like he changed. He was saying his demeanor changed, like he was possessed. He was almost explaining to the people that this nigga had to have voices in his head or something, because he was chanting, rocking back and forth. Dahmer asked him, I mean, the dude asked him during that, can I use the bathroom again? Dahmer said yes, and that's how he was able to escape. He let him get up by himself because he was so lost in the chanting and rocking back and forth. So that's fucking crazy too, because like, what if this nigga was possessed? Because if you think about it, he disgusting dude, like sick in the fucking head, but he was like remorseful in a sense if you listen to his tapes, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
wanted to understand why he was doing what he was doing.
Yeah.
No, I do think I believe in evil. I believe in sick. Like I don't think that everybody who does these things is mentally ill. I just think
No,
it's hard because it's like, how can a person even have these thoughts? I mean, in a way, I guess that is evil or sick, because what? But I mean,
it's a little bit of both.
yeah, but I believe in people being sick and not being able to help these thoughts. I believe in evil spirits and things like that too. So don't even get me started on that. But like you said, his face changing and the chanting. If you can believe in like exorcists and fucking demons and ghosts and all that whole realm of life and afterlife, then you've got to question those things as well.
No, yeah, for sure. So you're saying that you don't necessarily differentiate evil or sick from a serial killer because they go hand in hand with this, but if you are sick, you can
No, I mean, I think sick and evil are two
control
different
it.
things. I mean,
Okay.
you could be so sick that it makes you evil, but I just mean like,
Yeah.
I think that some people don't want to do certain things, but their body or their way of thinking kind of
Their
pushes them to do
minds.
something. It's like, yeah, like
You know,
imagine
like people saying voices in
the,
your head, like that's real.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So some
addiction,
people
like
can't fight those.
if you can be addicted to something and can't help but to keep running back to it or have these thoughts or these urges to do it, it's kind of hard to question if somebody is hearing things or being pushed to do stuff that they don't intentionally want to do.
No, for sure.
So,
So do you believe, like I said, he seemed a little remorseful. So do you believe that some of these people deserve forgiveness? Or is it just like you did that and that was sick, that was gross, it was disgusting, it was cold? No.
I am no one to decide if somebody deserves forgiveness, and that is solely because it's not being done to me. That's strictly up to the victims'
Yeah.
families, the person's families.
But you could personally never
And
forgive if it happened to someone, you know, or
I don't
yes.
think. I mean, I don't think so. You know, I was literally watching a video like yesterday, and it's like oh, everybody thinks it's so healthy to forgive, but like that fake forgiving is even more toxic. Like you don't have to forgive everybody, and I don't think like you should still be held accountable. Like if you did all these things, you still deserve punishment for it, whether you are fucking sorry, whether you're never gonna do it again. Like you don't just get a pass. You know, you don't just get a pass. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. That's for everything in life. You can't just keep repeating, you know, things
Yeah.
over and
So
over.
how do you feel about that?
The same. I probably would not forgive someone if they did that to somebody that I love. So I'm not gonna be like, yeah, they deserve forgiveness. They were sorry. Like, no, you should never been doing that shit. And it's one thing if you did it once and you're like, with like, and I still wouldn't be able to get with the forgiving. But like, it's another thing if you're like repeating these crimes, 17 people. That's nuts. You don't deserve forgiveness. You deserve everything that's coming from you from getting caught. And
These
I
things are
wish more
premeditated.
people, yeah, I wish more people handled those like dark ass cases like they handled Dahmer in jail. I wish more of those people just got fucking like slaughtered in jail. Like you don't deserve to live out your days. Like you deserve that fear in your
So
heart that you put in those people's heart, if you ask me.
so that's how you feel. Like you feel that they deserve death.
They deserve whatever's coming to them. I'm not gonna say anyone deserves to die, but um they deserve to feel how they made their victims feel.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be one to say, I don't know. I know different people have different beliefs, but I would definitely be one to say, like, I don't believe in
An eye
the
for an
death
eye.
penalty. No, no, I do in a sense. I
Oh.
don't believe in the death penalty when it's right away. Like, if you're gonna fucking kill this person by lethal injection, all nice and calm in 2 weeks, and they don't have anything to do,
Well, you know,
like,
usually death penalty doesn't happen that fast. You sit
yeah,
on death row for quite some time before you
and they don't even
die.
know the date. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I mean, if you're killing people, you definitely deserve to die, but I think you deserve to suffer too. Like I know that sounds crazy, but fuck that. Like, no.
That's why I feel like the death penalty isn't a good way to die because, well, the new one, like electric chair is kind of nuts, but like just injecting someone with something, you're just kind of relaxed until you're not, you know? Like
Well, a
I
lot
feel
of these
like the
guys
way
go to jail and
Dahmer died, like kudos to him. Kudos to that nigga that did that
yeah,
because yeah, like
that guy
that was
himself was crazy though.
yeah, no, he
Everybody was
was.
like, free him, and it's
Free
like, no,
him.
he was
Mm-mm.
in there for
Thank you,
killing
but no.
somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
no,
I can't
and
stand
he
people
him,
who do that shit.
you know, it's like, free my dog,
Free my
dude. Like,
dog.
yeah.
Yeah, no, your
Like,
dog can
no,
stay
buddy,
put.
he's in there for killing 2 people. Like, no, no, no,
Exactly.
keep his ass in jail, please,
Chill
please,
out,
please,
chill
please.
out.
That's crazy.
Have you ever seen that post that goes around on social media and it's like they list all the serial killers and what their zodiac signs are?
Mhm.
Um, so have you seen it or no?
I have, but you want to know something? I've seen a couple that contradict each other. Like, it's so hard
I think on
to
there
say.
is Gemini, which makes sense. Virgos.
Mm,
I think there was Sagittarius on there, and I think it was like those three over and over for the most part. Maybe a Libra.
mhm. I actually saw
Um,
one. I think it was like yesterday. That was like Cancer, Virgo, and Pisces, and I never, never, never,
what?
never
Never
heard
seen
that
that, and
Cancer was up there. I
or
always heard
even
Virgo.
Pisces. Like y'all are
Yeah.
fucking a little wild, but y'all are like emotional creatures, like in a soft way. Um, when it comes to your emotions, so I can't see Pisces being like serial
A
killers,
serial
but.
killer. Yeah, no. We're too nice.
Mhm.
We're too
Layla
nice.
said they were all Aquariuses. Well, no, I'm just kidding.
I think they're definitely Virgos though, I think.
Yeah, it was
I think
Virgos for
Virgos
sure
is
and
up there.
Geminis for sure.
I
Like,
can see the Gemini.
what?
Yeah, I
Like
can see
even a Virgo, honestly. Like, don't get me wrong, I love my Virgos, but I can fucking see it. Virgos are like, wow, they're crazy. But I love them. Like, one of my favorite signs. I'm a Virgo rising, actually.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Ted Bundy?
Ted
How he,
Bundy.
yeah, because he is I would say completely different from Dahmer. He was a people person. Like he was able to catch people's eyes. The women loved him. He very much blended in.
Yeah, do you
Um,
know that Ted Bundy had bitches writing him in prison?
yeah,
Like free Bundy on some shit like that. Like I
yeah.
want you,
No, they
but
were obsessed. I mean, a lot of these serial killers have fans and people that idolize them. And I'm not talking about how we make memes or people are obsessed with horror movies, but they were like real life fans, like
yeah.
going to visit them and they
Oh
were
no,
like
but
obsessed
Ted
with him.
Ted Bundy. So I know that there's a new movie with Zac Efron playing him or something. I don't know if it came out yet,
Mm-hmm.
but I
No, it
have watched.
did.
Okay, so I didn't watch that one. I don't think, but I watched the first one. I think I did, but the first one I watched so long ago, like forever ago, and that's how I learned about Ted Bundy. I didn't know much about him until the movie, and then after the movie, I'm like, let me Google because that shit gets me going. Um, that was like an interesting story. That nigga is crazy. And you know, he's different from Dahmer, but he's not that different. Like he fooled people with his charm, except it was women. Um, one of his things was going after like his target I was about to say target audience, his targeted victims resembled his ex girlfriend. So
Mm-hmm.
most of the women he went for were like college age, long brown hair.
Yeah.
And like he was
Sneaking through windows, biting them, like
yes,
sneaking.
but like when he would be like, "Hey, can you come and help me over here?" and he just knock him in the fucking head and
Oh
like throw him in
yeah.
his car, and then they wake up and he's just like, "Shut up, bitch, you're going out."
That
and and like he kept their skulls, if I'm not mistaken, some of them. So he does kind of go hand in hand with
with the
Dahmer. He just
I
seemed more
think his
here than
I was
Dahmer. You know
gonna
what I'm
say no.
saying?
I think like his personality wise,
Yeah,
it was
he was too regular. Like it was almost like you know very much what you're doing and you don't care. Like
yeah
Dahmer seemed sick to me. You know what I'm
yeah
saying? Like he seemed fucked
exactly.
up. Bundy was just like, oh, this is exhilarating. I'm gonna keep doing this, or maybe like fuck that bitch who broke up with me. I'm gonna kill everybody who looks like her. You know, I don't know, but his story always intrigued me, especially him escaping prison. I believe not once but fucking twice, bitch. Like what?
Yeah, no, he did. And then, like you
Yeah.
said, he the thing that he did resemble with Dahmer was he did uh, necrophilia. Is that what it's called?
When you fuck the dead bodies.
Yes, I was trying to,
Yeah.
sound a little more.
Fuck it, bitch. You know I'm just gonna say it.
This shit going up on YouTube, bitch. You gotta have some filter,
Oh
okay?
shit.
Um,
Can we say that? Can we say that on YouTube? I think we can.
I don't know. We gotta
Just
find
just
out,
beep it
right?
out if not.
Um, and he also photographed, I believe, too. He
He did, but
photographed.
so did Dahmer.
That's what I said. That he resembled. Like
Oh,
those are some of the things he had
similar.
in
Okay.
common.
Yeah. Um, but Dahmer, not Dahmer, Bundy,
Yeah, Mr. Wise said that boy defended himself in court. He was far from Dahmer. Like, yeah, he had a much more.
he was very intelligent, very smart man.
He's the
And
type of
very
person, like you
charming.
said, Dahmer gave me like you are fucking sick, and uh, Ted Bundy kind of gave me like you are a fucking narcissist. Like you are the worst type of person because it's like you almost. It's like a persona, like a fake, like a shell. Dahmer, like you could get
Yes.
the creepy vibes from almost. He was off. He had an awkwardness. He was to himself. Bundy kind of just put on like a fucking costume and could blend in, and that's scary.
Scary as fuck.
Like,
Because I always think this, okay, call me crazy, but I'm always like, I'll look at somebody, or even I'm driving down the street and someone passes me and I just could look at them and they don't even give me serial killer vibes, but I'm just like, what if they are hiding someone in their basement right now?
oh, that's what
You
you
know what I'm saying?
think?
Because imagine all the people who encountered Bundy and Dahmer at the register, at the gas station, just this and that through everyday life at work, not knowing, oh, this nigga's finna go home and do something with the heart in his closet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So
you
wait,
never
you have
know who
those
you're
thoughts?
dealing with. All the time. I'm always saying this to people. I'm like, yo, like, think about it. This person just is casually working and is gonna go home and fucking tend to their victim that they're keeping locked up. Speaking of that, did you hear about the serial killer in Kansas, bitch? Did you hear about this happening
Ooh,
like right now?
shooting people?
No, I don't think he was shooting people. I don't know. I just heard it on the radio, like on Breakfast Club. Bitch, this he was targeting black women. He, I guess, got a group of women. I don't know the full story, but she said that her friends didn't make it. So I guess he killed the friends, kept her locked up. She was able to escape because he took his son to school. He built the basement himself, okay? And she was able to escape because he took his son to school, and she like, you know,
Got out. I didn't hear about that. I gotta look that up. I didn't hear about that
but
at
listen
all.
to this. There were people like, oh, it's a serial killer because black women are coming up missing and there's no story behind it and you can't give us nothing, you can't find them. And come to find out, he was the guy that was
He
doing
was
it. The police were
taking
shutting
them.
people down. They were like, it's no serial killer, it's nothing, blah blah blah. And then come to find out it was,
It
bitch.
was.
And this guy's dropping his son off at school casually to go back home to his fucking victims held captive in his self-made basement. Like, that's nuts,
Well,
bro.
when I was looking at it, it said that like the FBI said that there is about 20 to 50 active serial killers at any given time that have not
In the
been caught
US.
in the alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like you said, you could just be walking by somebody and they've got somebody in the fridge, in the trunk, locked up in the basement.
It's
Like
scary
this
as
is
fuck. You never know who you're
crazy.
dealing with. Yeah.
No, for
But
sure. That's
back to Ted Bundy before I forget. I read up on him that he was potentially molested by his grandfather. So, you know, like how we be like, oh, like how we were saying, are they made? Or, you know, like that could have fucked him up and made him crazy and want to like.
yeah, but so many. I mean, I know it sounds horrible to say, but there are so many people who get sexually abused, sadly, and it's like,
And
that
they cope in different ways, though. Think about it. A lot of women who are sexually abused grow up to be promiscuous. Like,
yeah, but well, I don't know.
you know, people cope
I
in different ways.
I know he's had there was some other things that were that, and I don't know. I think like his mom might have like his mom was known as like what do you call it when they're not married and they have kids.
A bastard?
Um,
Wait, hold
yeah,
on.
no, that's what it was. He was called a bastard, and they sent him to live with his grandparents because his mom was not married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like it was. That's like a thing, but
So yeah, he probably had a hard ass fucking upbringing too, bitch. I'm not justifying these serial killers. They're sick as fuck, but I'm just saying, like,
childhood
watch how
trauma
you raise your
definitely
kids, y'all. Yeah, childhood trauma definitely plays a huge
is
part.
a thing for sure. It's a thing.
Yeah, no, you're
So,
tripping. You want to take a shot before
speaking,
we continue?
oh, if y'all want to see us drop some black hearts, if y'all want to see us drop some shots,
Yes.
my hair looking a little crazy, girl.
I like it. I like that crazy look.
I know you do, girl. That's the
Mm-hmm.
Aquarius in me.
Yeah.
You poured up?
I've been poured. I just been waiting for the opportunity to ask you.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Or am I talking too much?
No, no, no. That's what we're here for, baby. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Are you ready?
Yeah,
Bitch,
I got myself.
I had limes today too, and I fucking accidentally froze them bitches. Like
Oh,
I put them at the
damn.
bottom of the fridge where it's cold and shit was flawed.
Yeah, this is my first time having my limes with me, so I'm excited. All right. Are we ready? We got some black cards. Yeah, we did.
We got a
Boy
lot of new
Norma's like
viewers.
shots.
Yes.
All right, bet. This is for our new viewers.
It's only is this the first one and you already fucking stuttering?
Oh. My first one on the show is never my first one. Just for the record.
Oh yeah, I know.
Mm.
I know that. I mean, we took one together before we even got on here.
Exactly.
All
Okay.
right, so go ahead.
I want you to tell me about John Gacy because I have never heard of him until that little scene in Dahmer, and you
You've
talking about
never
it the other
heard
day.
of John Gacy?
Mm-mm.
Okay. That's crazy because to me, I remember they made like a movie about him like years ago when I was young, and I remember like sneaking to like watch this video. I don't know if my aunt let me or I snuck. It seems like something I would have snuck to go see, and it like traumatized me watching this. Okay. This man first off, he was a very likable person. Like he went to like fucking parties, like Democratic parties. He went to children's hospitals, charity events. Like he threw big parties. He dressed up as a fucking clown, which is like
Right.
the scariest fucking thing. And he targeted young gay men, and he would
Was he
sexually
gay
assault them.
also? Oh, okay.
Well, he was married twice. But you know, back then it's like to women, and you know, back then it wasn't really like acceptable to be a gay man. So if he's having sex with these men and killing them after, I mean, obviously there was you know, he's
Do you
got
think,
something
you know
going
how,
on.
yeah, like, so what if his killing them was like a part of like hating that he was gay? You know, some men will like beat on women because they're gay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But they
well,
can't say it out
okay,
loud.
so he was abused by his father growing up. And his father repeatedly told him he was stupid and all these things. And he, it was assumed, or he said, that in those moments he was his father and those boys like were him. Like that's what he was doing. Do you get what I'm saying?
Bro, do you see the pattern?
Yes.
Do you see the pattern? Raise y'all fucking kids right. Talk to your kids, cause what?
Yeah.
Like,
He would hide the bodies in the house and like blamed like the stench on like old water, and his neighbors complained about it. His wife that lived in the house, all these like.
no, if
And
there's a smell going on for too long in my crib, bro, we gonna investigate this shit. I'm finding your dead bodies for sure.
yes, but how can you blame dead bodies on water? Like I've heard that a dead body has such a scent. It's a scent that you never forget.
Never,
Like
yeah.
it's something that like doesn't leave your nose type shit. So that's he was scary. Like he was a fucking clown. That's
And
fucking crazy. And you're
he did it as a clown, right? Like he was doing the
I
murders as a
believe not every murder. No, I mean I believe. I mean I know I have like a vivid memory of in movie like the old movie that I saw of him doing it as a clown. But you know they tend to you know fabricate some things.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not sure if he did it as a clown, but just the fact that he was a
Maybe some
clown
of
was
them.
was
That was
fucking
like the way he
crazy.
could get them.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Listen to
two
this. Hold on, I
seven.
do want.
Okay.
Wait, let me quote
Go ahead.
him. Um, he said that when you're a clown, you're hiding your image. There are things you could do that you couldn't do as a person. Clowns can get away with anything. Clowns can get away with murder. These
So
are words out of his mouth.
he probably did use his clown, you know, job to an
Yeah,
advantage.
persona. Yeah, no, that was his persona. He was a fucking clown. It's fucking crazy.
That's scary.
Um,
That's why I don't trust people, dog. And I know it's like toxic in a way, but I be teaching my kids not to trust people. Like, cause you just never fucking know. Like, always have your fucking guard up, bro. Like, I don't know, bitch. I feel like it'd be
um,
toxic when I tell them shit like that, but bitch, think about it. Like, you walking into this crib and never coming out. No.
he murdered at least 33 people.
That's
That's fucking
crazy.
young men. That's crazy.
You don't
And
think
then
about
get
like
this.
this is fucked up. Let me stop. You know, like he was fucking evil. Like
He was, and
serial killers are evil.
he eventually went to jail. Well, he went to jail for fucking sodomizing a young man. Okay,
Like a
they
boy
gave
or
him,
like a kid. I
yeah,
mean,
like
or an
I
adult.
believe it was a young boy. Yeah, like a young boy. He had therapy, and they released him on parole a year later, and then
What year was this?
yeah, bitch, like
Like
this was. Let me see. This was like 19 in the 1970s.
the way the laws have changed. Because what you let him out? How much time did he do? Do you know?
Well, I mean, no, he only did like a year in, but okay, wait, he was released on parole, okay, and then he was again arrested for sexual assault after the parole. The charges were dropped, and then he was eventually caught killing people.
I
So
wonder how these judges and jurors feel at the end of all this. Like we let him
he
go
was
and
a
he
white
didn't.
man
Yeah.
who was fucking known, like who threw these elaborate parties that was like he wasn't in he like owned KFCs and shit. Like he wasn't in the known eye, but he was affiliated with people that were seen. You get what I'm saying? So that alone was fucking
Bitch.
crazy.
I
That's
don't trust
that's
people.
scary.
Yeah, I won't be a victim because fuck that. But
I don't, you
two
know me, bitch.
seven,
I don't like people enough to even.
yeah. You know, now that I think about it, you're I need you when I'm drunk.
I'd be like, I remember one time you telling me to turn on your location. Like, why? So and so has it. I'm like, all right, bitch. All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
No,
You
you
better keep
need
that
to have
location on, bitch.
it. 27 said which crime do y'all feel is worse, murder or molestation?
I mean, it's murder.
Murder for sure. I feel like I feel like one can come back from being molested, but I feel like murder, you're taking someone, you
Yeah,
know.
but and also it's also like the nature of like what um you're being molested or murdered in. Are you being tortured? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, so many things
Well, I
unpack it,
think
but
taking
then
someone's life is always going to be more bad
because you
than
can't come back from that.
you can't come back from that. Therapy and just strength, and you know, like granted, I know some people don't come back from molestation, so I don't want to be insensitive to that, but you know, you still get a chance to live. When you're taking someone's life, when you think that that's your position to do that, that's fucking cold. It's disgusting. It's sick. It's sad. I think murder's way worse,
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, I think you know what's crazy is
They're
I'm
both
not sure.
terrible.
I think we've been asked this question before, and I don't know
Really?
when, but I think that we have answered this question before, which was why I was like, wow, really? Like, um, for me, I don't know, like definitely, I mean, murder because
Murder. It
you
has
feel
to
like
be
you,
murder. You're
yeah,
giving these people no chance to continue on in life, like to heal
they
from
can't
anything.
heal. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
They can't know.
No, that's sad. I feel murders so deeply. Like when people are, I feel death so deeply, but like when people are taken and it could have been avoided, that makes me so sad in real life. Like even if I don't know them personally, I just get this like feeling over me that's like, I hope their family gets a call that is fake, or like,
Yeah,
I don't know,
no,
just a bunch of shit. I'd be,
feeling it. Like it, you definitely feel it. Like, well, certain people. For me, like I can read a story or even when I'm okay, I love true crime. I love
me
it.
too.
And I don't know why, because it'll definitely leave me feeling uneasy or like
Shook, yeah.
sad.
Hmm.
It'll leave me feeling some type of way after the fact. But I enjoy the true crime. But I fucking feel it. Like I will think about it all day. I know that me and you have even texted each other, and like when some type of news has broken out,
Yeah.
and it's like it's sad, and I can't even find myself to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
No, I feel like molestation is terrible, but
yes.
murder, way, way, way worse. And then we talked about earlier the people that, you know, idolize these people and they send them, like, for example, the letters that Ted Bundy was getting. And even now, bitch, people are dressing up as Dahmer for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how
Yeah.
do you feel about the whole idolizing serial killers thing?
Um, like I said, I'm somebody who enjoys true crime. Would I dress up as a actual serial killer? Um, no, I mean no, but also I can't say that. I feel like it's crazy. So like if this happened a year ago, no. If this happened in fucking 1980s and fucking 1800s, it's almost like people forget that there are still people who are very much affected by this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that people forget to like associate fake from real. Like, you know, Michael Myers, fucking Scream, all these people, and then you turn around and you've got Dahmer, Bundy. These are fucking actual people that victims are still
Their
very much.
families are still alive. Yeah.
Yes, for sure, for
Yeah.
sure. So,
It's not
um,
okay. I feel like it's not okay. And then idolizing them is almost like giving them a pat on the back and making them feel good about the things they've done, you
yeah,
know?
well, you know, a lot of these people that are do these heinous crimes, they know they won't be seen any other fucking way. So the one way they're gonna get seen is by the people that idolize people that do these type of things. And I don't think that these people actually like idolize the person for doing the things that they've done. They just like the dark nature and the aesthetic and the goth vibes and the dark vibes and the scared vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like the aesthetic that it gives off. I'm talking about people like on social media. But these people
Yeah.
also have true fans that are even some of these serial killers have gotten married in jail
In
after the
jail.
fact.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Fucking
for sure.
crazy.
Um, I forgot the name. Let me go back. Flying's 2022. You keep mentioning the night walker, is it? The night stalker. But I didn't see
He's
a
not
comment
giving
of
us
you.
details
Yeah, give us some details on it.
for sure.
Uh,
So wait, speaking of zodiacs, we talked about zodiacs earlier.
the Zodiac killer.
Yes, I'm glad you caught that.
You know, that was good. You know,
Yeah,
he never got caught. He used to antagonize, I don't know if it was the police or like news outlets.
the news
Um,
outlets, and then they would give it to the police, but it was antagonizing everybody because the news outlet is gonna give it.
right, but like what? He was given, hold on. Let me make sure it was
Do
him
you
because
know? For me, um, okay, so he targeted like couples, and then I think he killed like one single man, like a taxi driver.
yes.
Um, so he killed like a total of 5 people that they know of officially.
I was about to say that they know of because they linked him to other murders that happened in Southern California. Like I think he lived in Northern California or was killing people in Northern California, and they linked him to other murders after the fact.
Yeah. He doesn't. If I could pick a serial killer that I was like almost damn near least afraid of, it might be fucking him.
Really?
Yeah. Like when I read up on him, or I've ever watched it, or it brings like things like people bring it up to me. It's like okay, like he doesn't seem
But
as
like
like
why? Because he was
notorious.
still very much killing people. The Zodiac killer is notorious.
He's notorious for not getting caught,
But
and
he's
it's
still
like
notorious. He's notorious for the people that he killed, and
he
he
did it in a
was
very I'm
he
gonna pop up, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna leave type shit. Like if you're gonna
yeah,
fucking bring up anybody who got away with it, it'd probably be like Jack the Ripper for
for
me.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, you get what I'm
No,
saying? Like he shot people
absolutely.
and walked away and then was gone. Like you know what I mean? So
In the fucking wind.
in the wind, and that's crazy. Like, do you think serial killers can just stop? Like,
You know, that's good. But I mean they have to be either old or dead now, right? Yeah, I mean for
mm,
sure. But yeah, you know what? That could very much like they could very much be linked to like killings these days. Just maybe they did it different to
different. They
not
change your motive.
be targeted. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. You change your motive where you're at, where you're. Even though it's hard for a serial killer to change their motive. Shout out to SVU because I be watching all that Law and Order shit, but um, definitely, I think. I mean, I would think it's hard for them to change if you're fucking going on like a killing spree. I
How
mean,
do you
given
just
I've
and you
heard,
do that many people and then just stop? Like, all right,
yeah, I
no
mean,
more.
because yeah,
Because obviously you're
um,
getting a thrill, you're getting exhilaration. You know, people they say serial killers kill for financial gain or what's the other one?
it's for pleasure,
Um,
for like sexual gratification, and for
yeah.
just general pleasure because they enjoy doing those sick thoughts. Somebody, Hen Dog 305 mentioned Charles Manson. I never understood why he went down so notorious and as a serial killer. And I will say this because he didn't he sent people to kill people. He was a cult leader. He was
Yeah,
not,
that's I mean that's
to,
still like crazy that people could like follow you and do these things for you, but I wouldn't be as scared of him as someone who's physically doing the act because cult leaders are like I
behind
mean
the
not cult
scenes.
leaders, cult followers are like in my opinion like
Sheep.
weak in the head a little bit.
No, they're sheep. They're
Exactly,
sheep.
like sheep.
You're a sheep.
So I'm not that scared of you because I already don't trust people, so I'm probably gonna like catch your motive early. But someone who is like, Ted Bundy and Dahmer and Jack the Ripper, I'm sure like we don't know who he is, but like the cops think he was like a surgeon or
Jack the
what is
Ripper.
yes.
Because of
Um,
his killing style, like his
yeah, they say like
precise.
it was someone skilled with a scalpel.
Yeah,
So yeah, bitch, like these people are probably people who can like finesse you. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
they like maybe a butcher, like a doctor,
yes.
um, but he disappeared in the wind too, and he targeted
Hmm.
prostitutes. And you want to know what's funny is, I definitely feel like okay, maybe he had some type of erectile dysfunction. Maybe he was tried by a prostitute. Maybe his mother didn't give him any type, like loved him or gave him what he needed as a child, because he would mutilate these women, expose them, but he, as of what they know, never sexually assaulted them. So it's almost like he laid them out to be embarrassed, exposed, and
Yeah.
there was, you know, they were prostitutes. So it's, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there was some type of inner thing going on there that he was trying to deal with, but he just disappeared. And I feel like somebody like that doesn't just disappear. Maybe he changed his motive. Maybe he laid low. Maybe he died. Maybe he
I
got
was gonna say,
arrested
what if
for
he
something
died?
else, or you know, they
Mm-hmm.
maybe he got
Oh my
arrested for
God,
something
yes.
else. That happens. They get arrested for something else, and nobody can even put it
They don't even know
together.
you did all this other shit. Yeah. Because someone in the comments mentioned it earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The DNA and forensics was so different back then. It was so easy to get away with murder compared to today. Like, it's so easy to get caught slipping when you think you're cleaning it up. So,
Yeah, no, I think like there's definitely less, like serial killers are definitely, it's like a less of a thing now than it was back then in like the 90s and before that, because of that
and
forensics.
yeah, um, even though we just found a serial killer in Kansas, fucking nuts. But I think
I mean,
that
it's still capable, it's still a thing.
yeah, but yeah, because back then it's like, oh, he did it and got away with it. I'm about to jump on the train, and now I'm about to jump on the train. And these niggas is just seeing all these niggas get away with all this shit, and then they get away with it for so long sometimes that it's
Mm-hmm.
nuts. Like you
Or
said,
you,
like
they get good at hiding it. All these missing people,
that's what I'm
all these
saying. Like,
missing people. Back then, they knew they were serial killers because they were finding the bodies, or
I
they
was, and
eventually
then
found the bodies.
exactly. I was about to like say something, but it might be a little off topic. But we go off topic a lot, so whatever. Do you put the missing people with sex trafficking like most people say, or do you think it is like it could be, sorry, like a serial killer, like just taking people? I don't mean to laugh, but like
I mean, I think sex trafficking is definitely a huge, like a huge thing. Definitely. I mean, I probably would say maybe like majority. I do think murders definitely play a thing too. Even if it's not serial killers, I think it's like personal murders.
yeah,
I think
like
it's
those
very
women
rare
in
that people
Kansas.
disappear and just,
But
I'm
they
gonna go
were
live a new life.
disappearing. These black women were disappearing, and people were alarmed in their city, and they're
Well,
like,
Native American
"What's
women
going on? What's
too.
going on?" And police are like, "No, there's nothing that alarms us about serial nothing,
Yeah.
And then come to find
Well,
out,
yeah, that they were that's what was going on. I mean, even Native
exactly,
American women disappear in abundance, and it's because they have like their own law, their own land, and it's like once it's taken off of that, nobody cares. Like they
yeah,
can only do so much, and that goes back to Dahmer. Like they target mostly people who, you know, they're, you know, not all of them, because some of them do target white women, white men, whatever, but some serial killers do target people who are less likely to
minorities,
be, yeah, minorities for sure, and young minorities at that. I know your chances of being killed by a serial killer decline dramatically after you're 30, and they go after
yeah,
younger people, and I think that's because of like strength manipulation, things like that, you know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
that's
All right, pour up a shot. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then I'll come back, take a shot, and we'll come back for part two.
okay.
Okay.
She didn't exit out, she just was like she's gonna come back to part two. Let me pour up a shot. Drop them black hearts because we're about to take a shot. Johnny Stark said people that don't have family, people that wouldn't really be missed. That's true. You guys are dropping so many serial killers, and we had a question on the story that did say drop some, and nobody did, and now you got, well, not nobody, but you guys missed your opportunity because I don't know the B2K blind torture kill. He was crazy. I'm gonna have to look that up. Hen Dog 305 said still labeled a serial killer and never got his hands dirty. That's what the fuck. Broja. Broja. Bitch, where did you just go? Did you
to the bathroom? Did you hear me peeing?
No, bitch. What the fuck? Do you not see what the fuck is going on?
What?
Oh, whatever. I'm
Michael Mayer.
Michael Mayer.
Somebody said run, bitch. Oh. All right, let's take a shot before.
But who's there with you? Who was just sitting on the couch?
Nobody's sitting on the couch.
Don't fucking play with me, bitch.
Nobody is sitting on the couch.
Don't play with me. Well, okay, we'll save that for next week then, okay? The conversation for next week.
For that topic?
Yes. So y'all fucking catch up.
Did they drop them black hearts though?
They did. I mean, obviously, Nano did. You already know he'd be coming through. And then people were talking shit about Buddy sitting on your couch. But we're just going to act like you don't have guests over.
Who is sitting on my couch? I do have a guest over, but definitely not in the room.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, cheers. We'll be right back for part 2, everybody. So don't go too far.
So we're naming all of these serial killers, okay? Do you notice one thing about them all?
They're white.
And they are fucking
They're
men.
Yes.
White men. Which, I mean, okay, first off, the U.S. has one of the most, or if not the most, serial killers, known today. Like, people, fucking white people be doing some crazy shit. I think we all know that. I know.
Coming from a white girl.
I was about to say, this is coming from a white bitch. So, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you ever, watch, a show or something, and they're like, oh, well, we're going to profile this person. And they literally would be like, fucking a 30 to 50-year-old white male, and they'd be like, no shit, duh. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, white men are definitely,
notorious for being serial.
Yes, then that's weird. That's crazy, and that kind of makes you think, like, why? You know what I mean? Women.
Well,
go ahead.
I don't want to judge people by their race, but you know, I'm half white, so being raised and okay, maybe I'm just gonna go without saying this, so never mind. Never mind. Next question.
Okay, so let me tell you this. Okay. Oh my God, no way.
You broke your shot glass?
No, bitch. Okay, this is gonna be cut off.
Oh God.
Bro,
okay.
Wait, you cannot laugh like that.
I'm sorry, it was the way you said. It was the way you said, oh my God. Oh shit.
Oh shit, I need a minute. Hold on. Johnny Starks at the FBI said there are 25 to 50 active serial killers. We Googled that too. Okay, hold on. I'm fucking dying.
We did. We actually just said that on part 1 because yes, we Googled it. We do our research. We ain't just gonna come on here and talk about some shit with y'all that we're uneducated about. We do our research on everything that we choose to talk about, and we know that. And
yes, and some of it is,
right now.
Some of it is our opinion, but
of course, a lot of it is our opinion.
Yeah, we be trying to put a little education in there for y'all, okay?
Yeah.
My eyelashes, bitch. Okay.
You cannot remind me of that moment.
Okay, you be killing me because you don't know, you just died laughing. I don't remember where the fuck I was taking that conversation, dog.
I don't remember what you were saying, bitch. But
all right, white men.
What?
Okay, white men. But okay, so a serial killer is known to be somebody who kills 2 or more people in at different times in different scenarios or whatever. You know what I mean? It's if
the same way though.
Yeah, like, well,
right?
not even the same way. Like, if you're just killing, if you've killed more than two people in your life and you continue killing, you're a
Oh,
serial
so
killer.
it's not like a pattern of the killings.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So, if you look up like statistics, it's very hard to get. When people think serial killer, they very much think, like, like you just thought, it's a mental, like a pattern, a motive. If you are in a gang and you are very much killing fucking people all
you're a
the
serial
time,
killer.
you're a serial killer. If you are a person who is in the mafia, which is, I mean, a gang, but whatever, and you're killing people, you get what I'm saying? So I think this is why, like, notorious serial killers are white men, white males, or is because, they're not in, like, it's not gang affiliated or group affiliated. But if you look up the statistics, when you try to look up the statistics on serial killers, you're like, there's no way there's this many serial killers, because you go into it with the mind of Ted Bundy.
The names that the ones that
Yeah, and you're
you
like,
know.
where are all these people that I'm hearing about? Because it's not, it's, you could literally, if you're gang affiliated, if you're fucking murdering people all the time, like, you're a serial killer, like, you know what
And
I'm
you know
saying?
what's
So
funny? These gang members wouldn't even be like, "Yeah, I'm a serial killer." They're just like, "Nigga, I'm a killer." No, you're
yeah, I'm
a
about
serial
that. Like,
killer
no, buddy,
too.
you are a
Yeah,
serial killer too. Like, you know
you're a
what I mean?
serial
Like,
killer.
people be trigger happy. Like, you are very much a serial killer. So, like, you want to do a drive by right now because Buddy disrespected your sister? Like, what? Excuse me? Like, what?
Yeah,
So, it was very hard to get like the statistics on that, because I do think a lot of people do go into the mentality of a serial killer being somebody who does it in like a
repetitive
creepy
way.
man, yeah, like, yeah, in a repetitive creepy manner, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
um
you know that
but
the most common way of killing is shooting and then following by strangulation and stabbing. I wouldn't think that. I would think serial killers, and not killing, but the serial killers. I would think serial killers more so did like strangling and stabbing more
but
than
that's why
shooting.
shooting but that's why
But the
shooting
gang
is
members,
first,
but that,
because
yeah, that's what I'm
it's,
saying. I wouldn't think it would be shooting first.
yeah, because I mean, a lot of people who do gunplay and shit kill more than two people, and statistically, you're a fucking serial killer. But when you
Yeah.
look at the people who do it for, those people are doing it for, okay, like you said earlier, the number one, reason why people are like serial killers is for financial gain. That is where the organized crime comes into play.
Yes, but like I
But
feel like
then
because they're labeling gang members as serial killers at that point, because like
it's throwing
when
it
you
off.
really think about these other serial killers, it's like they're not getting any financial gain except one who I'm going to mention in a second. But like Bundy didn't get no financial gain from this. Ted, I was going to say Ted Bundy, but Dahmer, Jack the Ripper, they weren't getting money from this. I mean,
Yeah, it
unless
was
he was
strictly
fucking taking,
gratification for self.
yeah, thrill and all that shit. So I just feel like, I mean, the serial killers who are like doing it for financial gain, I think is mostly like the gang
Organized
members who are
crime.
just shooting people.
Yeah.
Exactly. But one person who I know you were probably going here when you're like, oh, you notice it's mostly men. This
Men.
is a
Yeah.
woman serial killer, fucking Eileen. I don't know how to say her last name. Is it like Warnos or
Warnos
something?
or something. Yeah.
um
For
she
sure.
was robbing them after she killed them, so like that's one who did it for financial gain. And you know there's a lot I could say about her, like after watching her interview, after she got sentenced to death row and stuff, she's just like, everything I said on the stand was a lie. She's like, I killed them niggas because I wanted to.
Warnos.
If you let me go, I'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
You
Um.
know that was financial
So
gain, but otherwise I think it's like just the gang members.
I think, okay. So I think she's. I think I don't think that she killed for financial gain. I think that she benefited from killing because of the financial gain. But I think it was like deeper than that, because of like all of the trauma that she did go through. Um. If she, okay, if you ask me who is like the most notorious like serial killer when we're talking about for like mental gratification and things like that, it would be Eileen Warner. And if you look up any other women serial killers, the majority of the time it is like women who, like nurses or people who are killing like their boyfriends. But She was going out prostituting and killing men, taking their
That's
cars or
why I'm
things.
telling you, it was financial gain for her. Her whole life started from financial gain. It was like, I'm gonna go
Yes.
at 11 years old prostitute because I need financial gain. She lived a life of struggle, and her first killing, you know that her first killing, like her first victim was somebody who was a sex offender, and she said that is the only one that
Who
she pled
assaulted her?
not guilty for. Like she
Yeah.
pled real self-defense.
But don't you think
The only one she took to trial.
yeah, but don't you think that the reason why she, like, it was even a thing for her to continue that was because of the trauma and the things that she faced growing up?
I think
Okay,
it was money. I think the
I
killing, the killing.
I
You
think
there?
that she,
Oh,
you
you
know, I'm
broke
here.
out for a
I have my
minute.
phone. I got a notification on my phone.
Oh. But yeah,
Like
I
if
think the
you
killing
look,
was from, it was easy to do from what she'd been through as a child. However, I think that it was always like, you know what? I could just kill this nigga and take everything he got. I think it was always that for her. And just like judging by the nature of the way she speaks about her crimes, it was simply that. Like she
see, I
said, like, I'll
don't
do it
think
again.
that.
I'll rob them again. Like
I think
she was robbing
okay,
niggas. She wasn't just killing
yes,
them
but you
and
can
just,
rob
yeah,
niggas
fuck
without
them done.
murdering them. Like you can rob people without like killing them like that. And I think when okay, so growing up, she was sexually assaulted by her. Okay, let me start from the beginning. Okay, so her mom gave birth to her. She was a young mom. She never met her dad. He was a schizophrenic and went to jail for like molesting a fucking 7-year-old little girl. She was given to her grandparents who were alcoholics. Her grandpa fucking molested her. She ends up getting pregnant by I think, her grandfather's friends. At 15, was forced to give the child up for adoption. Like
Was
you
she
said,
forced? I didn't know
I
she was
mean,
forced.
you're fucking forced, or just you're raped, so you don't want to
It's
feel
like I don't want
connected.
this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're she's having sex at 11 for school money. That
Yeah.
is fucking extreme, even for people you can very much tell she was definitely being sexually abused at that age. Because for an 11-year-old to result to that is insane to me.
Yeah.
Um, I think when she finally had enough and she did eventually kill the first victim because she was being assaulted, she did get gratification from killing and from the years of abuse that she did face, for sure. I don't think it was just like, oh, I'm going to get a bag. Like, I need money, so let me do this. Because you can very much find a way to make somebody incompetent, make somebody like not aware of what's going on, and murdering them it was definitely an outlet for her, I think, physically.
That's what I'm saying. I think that she very much killed because she killed in self-defense and it felt good to her. Fuck these niggas. Like, I've been through this. But I think that she continued on, like, oh, if I just kill him, I can take everything. Like, I think hers was very much financial gain
So you
compared to
don't think
all
there was
other
any
serial killers
mental,
I
it
know
was
about.
like years of
Oh,
mental
100%.
distress and
That's what I'm
abuse?
saying. Like,
Yeah.
I think that after the first killing, it was like a thrill of look what I can do. But I also think that she was very much in. I mean, if you even just watch the movie, if you watch her documentaries and hear her speak, she very much so was unremorseful. She's like, I'm doing this because I'll rob them again. She said that. She was like, I'll rob and kill every single one of them again. And then she sat back and had a smirk on her face. Like, she very much wanted the money. She very much needed the money at the time. And so I think that she is one of the serial killers that I can say did it for self, or not self, but for financial
Really,
gain.
I think okay, financial gain, but I don't think that was the exact motive. I think that she did feel in
The
for
thrill,
once in
yes,
her
she was
life
like,
in
I killed
charge.
him. Wow. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there, but I think that it also had to do with the fact that she's coming up off of this. I think that if
Oh
there was no
yeah, for
money involved,
sure.
it would have been
Yeah,
harder and more like probably not for her to kill again. I think
if you
she robbed all of them. She took from all of them, whether it
the
was a
cars,
car,
all that
money,
shit.
whatever.
Yeah.
So I definitely think hers was a financial gain thing, and she was struggling with her girlfriend. She was fucking struggling. And speaking of her girlfriend, her soft ass, like, granted she didn't do
Snitching.
the killings and stuff, But girl, you gonna snitch? Like,
Bitch, it's
I'm
you
not.
or me. And she was like, I barely knew you. They weren't together that long.
We were together long enough for you to know about all these killings.
But you know, well, you know, she, like I said, at first she didn't know it was killing. At first she didn't. But yeah, no.
And then until she did, and then she did. And
Oh no, I
Eileen
always
kept
didn't
saying,
want to say
"I
I'm not
got
no
you."
snitch. So
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
given if I just met you and I'm about to like go to jail on some like, I just met you, we going out for a night and you kill somebody, buddy, I don't fucking know you. But if we're together,
I'm singing. Let us go out for the first night and you do some stupid shit. I'm singing. I gotta go home. This was not my intentions.
I have a
You're
bad
done.
time. Like what
You're
is?
done.
I'm not even supposed to be outside
Yeah.
right now. Like
Mm-mm,
what?
you stupid as hell. Don't go out with me if y'all want to do some dumb shit, because I'm finna snitch, bitch.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna beat your ass. Like,
No, for real. Like, but if you my man or whatever, like you know, I don't know. I was asleep. I don't know where he was that night. Like you know,
I'm
or he was
scared
with me
to
and we were watching
lie.
TV. You're scared to lie?
Yeah, to the police. Like, cause then
You're
I
scared
lie
to
and
lie to the police?
like for murder. I'm an accomplice now. You're gonna take me for murder? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be like I was asleep and did it. I'm like I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're
Lawyer?
gonna be like, I don't recall. I don't recall. That's all you're gonna say. I don't
Fuck
recall.
that. I need a lawyer. I don't know, like
Yeah.
a lawyer. What are you talking about?
No, I mean, I don't fucking like to lie, but if I have to lie to somebody I love, to somebody that I don't fucking know, you know,
I'm gonna tell the person asking me to lie.
don't make me lie.
No, I'm gonna say don't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
Just let me handle this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then when the police come, I don't know what you're talking about. I need a lawyer.
So you're not lying.
I
You
can't.
don't know shit.
Exactly. Don't fucking tell me shit, because I don't like to lie. And granted, even if I had to, I would, but I don't like to. So don't make me. Let me just handle it my way.
Yes. So let me ask you, out of like all the notorious serial killers and the things that you know we talked about tonight, and maybe even that we didn't talk about, who is like the most like notorious or scary to you?
You talking about like non-fictional serial killers, right?
Yes.
The most scary to me is, like you said, Ted Bundy. He was a very regular guy, so it's handsome. And I don't
think he was handsome, but
that's what I'm gonna say. I don't date white boys, so no. But Ted Bundy was very they a lot of women thought he was handsome. He was in the paper for like being this handsome, charming guy. So yeah, fucking him, because you know, a handsome, charming guy, that's like a easy finesse. So that's scary as fuck to me. Like, you know, I just want to talk to you over here, and then we go into talking, and you just think.
yeah,
No,
well, he would be like, "Can you help
and
me get this in the car?" type shit.
my
So,
arm
yeah.
is fucked up. Could you?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? Yes. And then I'm so empathetic. Someone comes to me and tells me their arm is fucked up.
And what do I tell you?
Yeah,
And you
do.
would be, especially after a drink. Oh, China, let's help.
His arm hurts.
I'd be like,
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, someone said Bundy was the smartest. Exactly. So he was so smart with his shit. I think probably him the most. And then out of like the fictional, you know what? Most people are probably going to disagree, maybe. But I am like really Freddy Krueger.
Me too. Because
dreams,
sleeping.
you have to fall asleep. You have to get tired eventually. And dreams are really like, I feel like dreams are like another like dimension for us. I don't know. We could have a whole episode on how I feel about dreams. Yeah, and you're not in control. So, I feel like Freddy Krueger is probably like the one I fear the most, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like if you're going after Michael Myers, Jason. Bitch,
y'all niggas is slow. I ran track, baby.
Yes.
I'm out on y'all ass.
Yes, like first off, I'm not looking back. And you know what I mean? Like just go to like a high populated place, and it's like they're gonna pop up. They be popping up when it's like a small group of friends. It's dark.
Yes, exactly.
Freddy Krueger, bitch, you take a nap and it's over.
And then you're like, I'm not going to sleep because he's gonna get me, but you can't help but to fall asleep. Oh
Yes.
no, no, no.
Yes. And then once you fall asleep, it's such a deep sleep, you can't get out. Like, no, he has
And
complete
then
control.
think about the dreams where you can't fight and you can't run fast. You can't do the things you would normally do. Like I had one of those dreams one time, bitch. And if he would have popped up, I probably wouldn't have woke up.
Yeah, no. No, Freddy
Yeah.
Krueger takes the cake for me too. I'm so happy you said that because like everybody always idolizes like Michael Myers.
Michael Myers
Scream,
and Ghostface. Yes.
yes,
But
and I'm
no.
like, where the fuck is Freddy, bitch? Because no, absolutely not. Like when I first watched it, like growing up, I was very much like, I cannot go to sleep.
And not go to sleep. That song haunted me
Mhm.
for years. For years.
Bitch, 1, 2, Freddy's coming for
I have
you.
a video from a couple years ago.
Creepy, bitch.
Listen, don't judge me. I had put that on the speaker. Me and my sister were chilling in the living room, and I put it on the speaker in my room, and I scared my kids. We're just really into the spooky shit. But you know what? I raised a bunch of horror loving kids. They love horror movies. Horror.
Yeah.
You would go to horror. But they love scary movies. I was watching some scary shit with my youngest like last week, and she was like laughing at all the scary shit that's happening. She was like, "Mommy, you saw that?" And I'm like, yeah.
She's sick. Let her know I said she's sick.
She's a Virgo. Let's talk about it.
That says
But yeah, no, I definitely scared them with that. But that song haunted me all the time. Also, a lot of people don't even know about him, but fucking Candyman, like the OG Candyman, the new one that just came out. I've been scared of Candyman since the very first one, okay? And I can't bring myself to not watch them, but that is
because it's like a childhood thing. Like even though it like traumatizes you, it's like kind of almost like reminds you of like your childhood. Like
but Candyman was one of the killers that I was like afraid of growing. Like I got a notification, but if you said Candyman around me, I would almost go into tears. No, it wasn't that kind of notification. We're not gonna talk about it because everyone in the comments gonna talk shit. But
I already know them.
Yeah, fucking.
Somebody
my siblings used to tease me.
Oh
no, they could kiss my ass, but yeah, my siblings used to tease me with Candyman because I was so scared of him. I was so afraid of him.
Candyman, like I cannot wait to like even get into this, girl.
Yes, we got something special coming for you guys, and we're not gonna give it up right now. It's coming.
Like my fucking aunt had all the old school shits like down. Like she would like rent the blockbusters and fucking copy them onto like VHSs and shit. We would watch them late at night when we weren't supposed to, and then I had to go to sleep in a house I wasn't comfortable in. Girl. That shit is trauma.
What? Like, yeah, fuck no.
All right, so if you had to do like a one-on-one with one serial killer, like square up, who would it be?
Like real life?
Yeah, like you had to square up.
I'll fight any of them niggas. Fuck is you talking about? I'll be all day.
Me too, bitch.
No weapons. Let's go. Like,
let's do it.
Dahmer, I'm gonna knock you the fuck out. You got me fucked up.
First off, I don't think you're Dahmer's type, bitch. But
probably not. But you know.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm very much, and I mean, I guess we live in a new age, so it's like we are aware of these past things that have happened. So it's like we almost we're supposed to know and keep our guard up. So you know me, bitch. Like, it's not happening. We're not going into Buddy's house.
You're not gonna get me, baby.
No, not me. You're not gonna get me or my homegirls. But fictional. Who could you take? I could take any of them. Like you said, they're fucking slow.
They're slow. Like literally.
They're slow. Freddy Krueger.
All of them.
I'd be afraid of.
Freddy Krueger. That's what I'm saying. He's the one I'm scared of. But Chucky, like someone said in the comments, Chucky.
I will kick that motherfucker across the room.
Who was the fast runner though? There's a fast running serial killer.
Who is the fast running killer?
Was it Ghostface?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, was he fast? But he had a whole fucking.
Wasn't the Texas Chainsaw Massacre true?
So he was based. Okay, he is not real. He is based on a real person, on a real person. So he's based on a man who was raised by his mom in a very isolated place. His mom passed away, and he would like go dig up graves and shit and use the skin to represent his mom. Like, a lot of people think the Chainsaw Massacre is real. He's not. He's based on a real person, but him himself, he's not real.
Okay,
He's
well,
not,
any nigga who could run fast, like I said, I ran track, baby, and I won a lot. So
I didn't run track. Put some fear in my heart, bitch. I'm out.
I'm really fast, but any of them who could run fast, I'm a little shook. But I can run fast too, so I think we stand a good chance. But Freddy Krueger, like that nigga, like he could just
catch you when you sleep.
Freddy,
when you sleep, he'll catch you when you sleep, bitch. Anybody else, just don't look back. That's the thing. Don't look back.
But okay, so Mr. Wise 28 said if you see Jason and Myers, get the fuck out. So isn't Michael Myers slow though? But like he just pops up places. Like
on he does pop up places. So like if he's in your house, you need to get the fuck out, bitch. Because
none of these niggas gonna catch me on some real shit. Like none of them except Freddy.
We'll see, bitch. We'll see. I can't even see the comments no more. I'm so upset.
I'm sorry. Jason killed a track star in New York. All right, Jason might stand a chance, but maybe I could finesse him.
Maybe he's a little soft.
Charm.
He got a little soft side.
You know. All right, so if you ever see those memes that say like, go upstairs, downstairs, or whatever. So say Jason was at the top of the stairs. To the right was Michael Myers. The bottom of the stairs was...
Wait, slow. Jason at the top. To the right.
I'm not going to use Freddy because we made it clear Freddy is no.
Well, so you can't have them at the same time because he's asleep.
Whatever. So Jason at the top. Michael Myers is on your right side. Candyman is at the bottom. And the leprechaun is to the left. Which way you going?
The left. I will kick that bitch in the face so hard, bitch. I got a gain on you, bitch. Like, got me fucked up. The leprechaun.
I was so scared of the leprechaun because my dad used to put it on.
Compared to everybody else, the Candyman, the leprechaun, bitch, I will fucking like. No.
I tried not to mention him, so let's take him out because I was trying not to mention him.
Why would you say that?
So the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is to the left.
Okay, so the Chainsaw Massacre, like that shit's big, so it's like he's got more of a reach. Michael and the Candyman does scare me, so it's like, I don't know. Michael and Jason, I feel like I could, get away. If you want to say Ghostface, and I don't know if it's because I watched Scary Movie, but I feel like that motherfucker can he can like stab fast, and I might.
He's a joke. I'm not scared of him. I'm not scared of him.
When you ever watch that Scary Movie, what is it when he's like stabbing fast as fuck? Like,
yeah, but he's always like over here, and then he's not. I'll get out. Them bitches.
That might be when they're rapping. That might be when they're rapping. When he's.
It is,
right? It's when they're rapping, and he's like, "Oh shit!" Like, okay, so that's why I feel like he's fast.
But no, I would go the way of Michael Myers.
Yeah. Okay, so you would square up with Michael Myers.
Yeah. I didn't say square up. I mean, I guess it is squaring up because I'm running that way, and it's like whatever happens after that. But yeah, I'm going his way. I'm not going towards Candyman, even though he's a reasonable man. But I'm just very.
He's a reasonable man. Oh, okay.
He likes to chit chat. He likes to talk.
Oh yeah, you can catch him slipping. Mm-hmm. So Michael Myers will square up. You feel like you got one on him.
I feel like he's slow, dog. I feel like he don't be moving, and I'm fast as fuck. So,
boy,
yeah,
that's crazy. I mean, I don't even know. Like honestly, like my adrenaline be kicking in, so it's like my fight or flight, and it's like I don't even know what I would do until it's like that moment like reaches you.
I agree, but if it's I'm stabbing back, I'm taking the knife. I don't know, bitch.
Like the thing is you gotta like kick first. Like if they get like a little slash in their foot, it's all right. Like
you're right.
You gotta like run like with a foot, bitch. Like throw some body into that bitch.
Oh, 27 said Leprechaun does use magic though. You think you just gonna kick him until you can't. That's a fact. And magic is
Mm,
magic.
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll fucking kick him quick enough to where the magic don't even work. I mean, I don't know. It's hard. Like I said, it's like a fight or flight thing. You don't even know.
Um,
Um,
go ahead.
I'm myself am like, as far as it comes to like real serial killers, I think that I've learned enough from what I've learned about them to have a guard up, and then that doesn't necessarily like say anything about the victims that have gone through that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, hey, you guys were slacking like this and that. It's like that was a different time, like you said. Now it's very different. Like, when was the last time you heard of like a notorious serial killer? And
Yeah.
things aren't like in the media or things as such like they were back then. So I learned enough from being in the true crime and just not being an introvert to not put myself in those types of situations.
I mean, but you knew this since you were a teenager. You're
But like I
like,
said,
I'm
that's
like,
an
come on, the
introvert.
party's not over. You're like, we don't know them. Let's
Yeah,
go. Like, you
yeah,
never played that shit. So,
yeah. No, but for me, I just don't believe nobody, don't trust nobody, don't tell nobody where you live. Don't You always have a friend with you. Don't meet nobody by yourself. Don't do none of that
yeah.
shit. That's just crazy because a lot of people go missing, and like you said, it's not only sex trafficking. There's other shit going on, and there's just no explanation for it. And this goes for grown ass men too. Just because you're a man does not mean you're safe.
And if you're having urges of being a serial killer, don't.
We'll drop the link below, bitch. I can't believe you just said that. Don't. We'll drop the link below for you to get some help because bitch, why you just said don't? That's your advice. That's your advice.
Oh, you know
If
what?
you have urges, just don't. No. Don't you think they tell themselves that? The fuck do you mean don't? If you are having these urges or if you know somebody that is ill or different or just showing signs, fucking find help. Don't be that person that doesn't. Just don't. That's my advice. So every time you hit me up on some dumb shit, what I'm gonna say is
don't.
don't. That's enough. Don't.
Hey,
You
I
don't
think that's great advice. Yo,
okay.
girl, I'm thinking about doing this. Don't.
Don't. That's not gonna be enough for you. But I'm gonna do it.
Girl, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, I was about to say, girl, I'm not gonna do it. For sure though. That like at the end of the day, I feel like trauma. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think that people are born into loving homes, and can possibly be a fucking, have these
Serial
feelings. But I
killers
think,
too.
yeah, for sure. And just like kids can be born with other disabilities or other thoughts or other conflicting things, it's very much a thing for you to be wired differently into
Yeah.
different things. You know what I'm saying? Addiction is a thing. So it's like if addiction to drugs is a thing, why not addiction to, you know,
Killing.
yeah,
Especially when you do it once and get away with it. It's like,
yeah.
oh,
And
I
you
can
want
do
to know
this
what?
again. And you know what? I can do
It's,
this again.
yeah, but it's sometimes it's not even addiction to killing. It'd be like addiction to the things that follow, like
Or even the adrenaline
necrophiliac
of doing it.
or body parts. You know what I mean? It's not the kill that's the thrill. It's other things. So,
Did Dahmer have sex with his dead bodies or no?
he went back and definitely, um, you know, liked them. I don't know if he actually went back and did it. I think so. I think
Because
he did.
yeah, because I
I
remember
think it was
him
a
saying
thing.
something like he preferred his victims to be
Out of
uh
it.
like still like he and
Mm-hmm.
it came from the mannequin thing. Like he didn't like
Yeah,
people who
but he
moved,
did
even if
things
they were
after the
moving
fact and when
in
they were dead.
pleasure.
That's why he kept the body
Yeah,
parts. So I think it was the thing.
people
Um,
are sick.
but
That's
that's what I'm
crazy.
saying. Sometimes it's not the kill that's the thrill. It's the after effect or like other
What you?
things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like I said, if addiction and other chromosome and other bodily things can go wrong, I do think a serial killer can be born. I also think a serial killer can be made. I don't think it's a one size fits all. I'm not like oh no, this happened and then this. Like, no, I mean, people can be born into like,
I've been through some shit, bitch. I ain't out here killing people.
yeah. So what does that
Or
say?
am I?
I mean, you not killing shit, but something else is.
Oh.
I'm about to cut this out, bitch.
Oh
But I'm
shit.
just saying, no, I definitely think it's both. I definitely think I believe in evil. I believe in sick. I do feel like people don't want to do the things, but they're pushed to. I do feel like there could be different entities taking charge. I do feel like some people, when they do it, and they're evil. Oh no, her shit went out. What the
Sorry,
fuck,
guys. I'm
Brosia?
sorry. No, my phone is telling me like 20%, but it's okay. It's not gonna die.
What? Don't play with me. I know you're playing with me right now.
Bitch, my phone is
Brosia.
about to die.
Whatever, bitch. So what is your take on all of this?
Like you said, I feel like people can be born that way. They could be made that way. Um, I feel like people just need to raise their kids better, all in all. I think that you need to communicate better and, be like open arms because you're in the process of raising an adult who's going out into the world without you. So I blame, and I hate to say this, but like some of the parents, like,
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
so just think about the pattern of the serial killers we named tonight, outside of the ones who we don't know much about, they never got caught, but like the ones that we do, think about the patterns. Their parents were very neglecting. So I feel like that plays a big part in it. I feel like, you are formed in the womb, and I feel like things that you do while you're pregnant can affect your baby. And I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
I
feel like
believe
that.
in
That's a
science.
fucking fact.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe in
So,
science too. So I believe in science. I believe in evil. I believe in a bunch of different things. So
so
it's
while not all of it is some of the parents' fault, um, some of it is, and then like other people, it's like Dahmer, for example. If he did feel guilty, you should have went and got help, buddy. You know what I'm saying? You should have talked to somebody, and he didn't. And
But he
then,
did. I do believe he tried to reach out to his dad, and now that's an excuse.
but did
But
he
that just
directly?
says, no. I think that he. I mean, I think that he tried to tell his dad he was different, or he had thoughts, and his dad said he had thoughts too, whatever. But it was like not as. I have been in the state where it's like it was almost awkward to me to talk to my parents about certain things, which is why I would say be open with your kids.
Yeah.
If your kid is an outcast or a loner, that is perfectly fine. But you have to be their person.
Yep.
I'm not saying every outcast, every introvert, every person that doesn't want to deal with other people is a person to be alarmed by, but it's definitely, if your fucking kid does not want to be bothered by anybody else, at least be their fucking friend. You know what I'm saying? And I know of a mom. She found her son's journal, and it said some crazy ass shit. And she very much called the cops and was like, my son, this is what I found with my son, and like we need to get to the bottom of it, because she was alarmed and because of the things that go on. But it's like, don't get to the point where it's like you gotta call somebody else because you're so unaware of what's going on. Fucking figure it out. Like, if your kid's showing signs, get them help.
Yeah, facts.
For
Like, quick.
sure. Like,
And if you can't get them help because they won't go get the help, be the help.
yeah. Or fucking, yeah, that's just crazy. I mean, and people don't even know, like, some, like you said, Ted Bundy, like, and then people go through shit and it doesn't give them an excuse. I know people that have been through some crazy ass shit. Like, I mean, when I tell you crazy, Broja, I mean crazy. And they are the most humble. But we know
I
in New
mean,
York.
Sheena, I've been through
Yes.
I've been through some crazy ass shit in my childhood. Like some
Well,
like
we mentioned
uncomfortable.
we mentioned in an earlier episode, there was two boys that were, we got on Facebook.
Yeah.
They were born to an alcoholic father. One of them never drank alcohol a day in their life. The other one became an alcoholic. So it's hard to say, oh, do this, do that. It's like how a person perceives the issue.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't go to school for this, so I couldn't give you an. Don't quote me. Don't say, oh, you're wrong. This or that. This is strictly an opinion.
Opinion, yeah.
Yeah, like what we're giving you guys is strictly an opinion.
We're
It's
not
fucking crazy.
specialists.
Yeah. Yeah, no, not at all. We're creating anarchy.
Yeah.
Emphasis on anarchy. Yeah. It's crazy. And if I ever came face to face with a serial killer,
Fight or flight would kick in. I would literally have played it cool like the victim from the trial that I watched from Dahmer. He played it really cool. And Dahmer trusted him in a sense. But I mean, it all depends on the serial killer you're dealing with too, because I don't think Dahmer, I feel like it was deeper for him. But yeah, I would play it cool. Like, you know what? I'm your friend. What do you want to do right now?
Let's do this. Oh, you want to do this? Let's do this.
Let's
the
go.
minute you turn around, I'm out.
What? The minute
do you know what he said?
Me?
All the locks on the door. He was like, God was by my side because I picked the right one.
Yep.
That's crazy. Like,
imagine that. He was supposed to get away. His story.
In that moment, I felt for him. Like, I felt like, oh my God. Like,
he's the one that got Dahmer caught, right?
Yeah, because he went out and he was like, get the handcuffs off of me.
That was the universe.
And he didn't even care to, like, as far as I know, and I don't know if it was a documentary that, like, implanted this in my brain or if it was just the research I did, given it's new, because, you know, I just watched it on Netflix and we're doing it, like, you know, I did a little bit of research before this. Yeah. But I don't even think that he cared to make it a thing like, oh, this person, this, that, but they needed the key. So they ended up having to go back. And then when they found all of those things, like the Polaroids, the pictures, it was like I just survived a serial killer.
Yes.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
No, it really is.
On that note, let's take another shot.
Wait, I was about to say, let me pour it up.
Yes. Let's take a shot for the survivors of these serial killers. I hate to say this, but for the pain that they've endured prior to doing that, and for the families of the victims.
Yes, for sure.
Cheers.
And if you see something, say something for sure. Woo.
On that note, guys, thank you for yet again another wonderful Wednesday. We have something really exciting for next Wednesday. Drop some black hearts for us before we go. We love all of you. Thank you for our new viewers. Don't forget to click the link in our bio and subscribe to our YouTube. Turn on your notifications for us on Instagram and YouTube, and we will see you again next week, Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Broja, wait.